So welcome back, guys. My name is Kem,
I'm Rue.
behind the camera. And if you're wondering why I'm sitting outside, shooting the breeze, just enjoying myself, it's because of the way life has become so much more simpler, so much more easy for a lot of us, so much more comforting. Is that comfort word? Because today I have AI that's working for me. I have a robot that's inside doing my laundry, cooking up my next meal, vacuuming the floors, doing my dishes. It's doing all of my household chores for me so I can be outside just relaxing right now. Until my worst fears get it. Until that nightmare of mine actually comes into fruition. Until it starts taking over. Until maybe it locks me outside. Until it actually steals my identity and claims to be me and runs off with my wife or something like that. That's actually a potential fear of mine. So yeah, that's become somewhat of a fear of mine. Maybe not that last part, but the part where AI can actually sort of take over our lives, that to me is kind of daunting. It's helped us, right? Siri has helped us in so many different ways. Cortana has helped the Master Chief in Halo in so many different ways. But at the same time, have you seen the movie Terminator? Have you seen the scary ways that Skynet has taken over, and that same luxury has now become our enemy? So in today's episode, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight back. Okay? We need all of our hackers out there. We need all of our software engineers out there to come help us out with this, because AI is taking over. We live in a cyber world where AI is kind of the thing now. ChatGPT, all these different devices and apps that can do things for you, where you're kind of losing out on some things and gaining in other ways. So in today's episode, if you can't tell, we're gonna be focused on AI. We're gonna be focused on how many different ways it is helping us, and in some ways that it's hurting us. And maybe try to come into some type of reconciliation as to what we can do about it. Because the best way to train someone is to train them before the actual event starts. In today's episode, we're just going to try to gain some awareness as to how AI has impacted us and what we can do about it. So stay tuned.
We live in a new world, guys, right? AI, artificial intelligence, right? Where everything can be done at a snap of a finger. And a lot of that's good. Coming from an animation background, I know when it came to creating artistry, right? Like a cartoon, right? A 10-second cartoon, you're looking at maybe 200 pages, maybe even more, of hand-drawn sketches every single time. Probably take hours to do, right? But with AI, you can lessen that time within maybe a couple seconds, right? That's the beauty of artificial intelligence. That's the beauty of how far we came technologically, right? Technologically. But with that also comes a little bit of a scarcity with artists, right? Because now that you can recreate an artist's skills and talent, you don't need an artist anymore, right? You can just throw them away, kick them out, and use that for your own, right? So now the artist, instead of coming with new ideas, new art, now AI can replace all of that, right? And that's not authentic. And also, with that comes fraud, right? Say for me, I'm creating this nice drawing, right? And I post it online, right? People liking it, people loving it. Maybe I want to sell it, right? But then someone uses the AI technology to replicate my art, replicate my talent that I use hours to create, right? Now all that time I used creating art is gone, being ridiculed by the internet, saying maybe it wasn't even my art, it was an AI who did it, right? Now you can't even tell the difference, right? So with this new technology, right, comes new advantages, but also new disadvantages, right? So I just want to bring awareness to that with new technology like AI, we can create, develop new ideas faster, make things easier for a lot of different things, especially for digital creators, artists like myself. But at the same time, we have to have it where we can all benefit from it, right? But use as a tool to take advantage of other people and create harshness and deterioration amongst the artist community, right? Because in order to create, we need ideas, and ideas come from a natural human mind, not from artificial intelligence. So that's a point, well, not a point, that's something I just want to clarify with you guys today. I hope this helps.
Okay, so let's talk about some other advantages. When it comes to the everyday person like you and I, there's AI that can help you to clean up your room, like I said in the intro. There's AI that can help you to wash the dishes for you, to do your laundry, to do simple things. Like you can just call Siri or you can call Alexa and she'll play music for you. Any type of music that you want, right? And those are very simple luxuries that we have. Very simple luxuries that we don't have to necessarily get up and press a button. It can do it all for you. Who doesn't want that convenience? Especially after a hard days of work, that we kind of want most is to just be in this state of comfort and relaxation. You just want to relax, put your bags down, take your clothes off, be in your pajamas, and then just have a good time, right? Who doesn't want those things? Here's the problem with a lot of what I just said. But remember, it's creating ease for you so that you don't have to do some of these things. A little bit of ease is good. We're human beings, we need some of that comfort. But the fact that it can do things for you makes us now reliant on it to do those same things for us. If it can track all of our information, if it can collect that, right? I wonder what happens when all of that information gets hacked. iCloud. I wonder what happens when, did you know that there's AI? I'm sure you probably know this. There's AI that can open the doors for you in your home, right? It can turn on the heat for you when you're not at home. It can do all these little simple things that makes you feel happy and makes you feel like very accomplished. Like I earned enough money to be able to afford this, so now AI can assist me. AI is not even just going to assist us eventually. Eventually it's going to start to do things for us and we lose that work ethic. I don't know about you, but I don't necessarily trust AI to open a door for me. I don't necessarily trust that information to be stored somewhere, because what happens, like I said, when it's gone, when it's not there, okay? I know a lot of my friends and family who have that ability, who have devices that have AI in them, and we all do. We have a phone that has AI in it. We have the camera that has AI in it. All of these things are smart to a degree. They're smart, but they're kind of decreasing the intelligence in us. We've now transferred our own intelligence into something else that's completely artificial, and it's making our life a little bit too easy, a little bit too complacent. Think of all of the things that you had to learn as a child. You have to learn like these different types of character traits, these different work values, these different work ethics. You probably learned it from your teachers, from your parents, from some type of mentor. Eventually, AI can become that thing for us. AI can do things virtually for us. There's a headset that you can put onto your head, and just by looking at it in a certain direction, you can then now initiate a certain app, like Instagram or YouTube or something like that. AI can do simple things for you. There's an app where it might seem as if I'm looking at you mano a mano, but in reality, I'm actually looking left or right. I'm not even paying attention to you, okay? That's how far AI has come, and that's just so far right now. I'm not even naming like some of the very advanced features of AI, but it can do all of those simple things for you. It's doing things for you, taking away your work ethic, taking away a part of you that's your human character. We don't want to get rid of that, all right? I know hardships create that, and it sucks to go through the hardships at times, but usually you're better off in the long run once you've gone through a hardship and you develop more of those human character traits. We don't need the AI to do that for us, right? Hey Siri, what was the passcode to my home?
The machines are coming, everyone. The machines are coming. They're here, and they're coming for your jobs. That's right. You heard it here first. Ladies and gentlemen, AI will soon replace mostly, what he said, like 50% of jobs? That's insane. You know how many out-of-place workers there'll be? I know personally, a lot of my guy friends, right? They are truck drivers, right? And truck driving makes really good money, right? They're supporting their families, their kids, get new bikes, new shoes for Christmas, all that type of stuff. But what's gonna happen when they have to find new jobs, right? I know they'll survive. I know they'll find a way to supersede that, right? But it's gonna be a huge shake on people's lives, on the economy. I mean, work is just not just making money, not just attributing resources. It's also about character development, right? When you go to work every day, your kids see you putting that time in, come and work. Then they're learning how work ethic is, right? That you sacrifice something to get something returned, right? Be consistent at a goal, right? To make money, to get ahead in life, right? All that goes away when AI takes over, right? Even if they throw you a check, right? Like they did it with COVID. Like, you don't have to work. It gives you money, right? But that takes away your character, right? It takes away that part of you that needs to be stressed, that needs to be underneath the fire, that needs pressure in order to get better. AI will replace all of that, right? Instead of placing not just human jobs, it's also going to replace the human soul. And that's something that's more valuable than anything, right? So with new technology, we're going to lose something in return, right? If we don't have, for example, we have that vacuum cleaner, right? That cleans up the floor, right? Gets up all those little pieces, right? That takes away from your hard work of walking around, picking things up. And that might be something simple, but with that something simple, it's the key to you catching diabetes, right? It's the key to you like having that knee surgery, right? Because you weren't moving enough, right? So we have to be aware of that AI is a great tool, but also can be a destructive tool for our humans' conscious and our heart. Be aware of with new comfort and comes complacency, right? And that's not a good thing, right? Because we want to push ourselves to our best versions, right? We want to achieve goals. And it's hard to do that when we're always being coddled, right? By our parents. But for now, in this day and age, is AI, right? Everything that required some sense of like effort or stress to do replaced by AI. That takes away your character, right? Kids nowadays, they're not playing outside, they're not having a good time, they're always just on their phones, right? With the technology. And that has to do with AI as well, because now you don't even have to have real friends, right? You don't even have to have like, you know, a part to go to. You can just create your own AI. You create your own friend group, create your own playground on a virtual world, right? Ken was talking earlier about the Max Pro, where you can just click on things with just your eyeballs. That's scary. We all know that most people use that for pornography. Let's not kid ourselves, right? And when that happens, right, we're going to see a lot of divorces happening, a lot of sexual addictions, right? That's going to ruin the human soul. So we just have to be aware. We're not judging anyone for doing this. We're not saying that you're a bad person for wanting having this AI technology. We're just telling you it comes with a cost. Everything in life that's worth having comes with a sacrifice. That's one of the absolute laws of life, right? But we're not getting to that, right? But like I said, just be aware of the pros and cons of AI, right? And I hope this helps, guys.
Well, I just feel like there's a lot of good. There's a lot of good things that can come from this whole digital age.
Yeah.
And we are definitely going into a more of a digital age. There's a lot of good that comes out of it, because look at what we're doing today.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we would not have the ability to deliver any type of message to you guys, any type of podcast to you guys, without some type of artificial intelligence. I just think that we're going down a very slippery slope just because of all that it can do for us.
Yeah.
Not even just to help us anymore, it's doing a lot for us.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we live a world of checks and balances, right? With every pro comes a con, right? And we just have to be aware of the cons of AI. And that cons, for example, it's just like it weighs out. The amount of like good pros is definitely the amount of good cons. For example, like AI can do so much good, also can be just as much evil, right? Like you said,
yeah.
it's detrimental. Like if someone hacks your system, so they had a hacker, right, who was caught before by hacking into the systems. So they arrested him, and they let him out like maybe a couple weeks later, because in Switzerland, from what I understand, their laws for governing, crimes are very lenient. So when they let him out, he even did it even worse. He hacked into, I think it was a therapist's office, and found like files on people, like their psychology and what they were venting about, and used that to bribe people. Like say, if you don't give me this amount of money, I'll tell those dark secrets you said in a therapy session. And it was released to the public. And a lot of people, unfortunately, ended their lives because of that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who stay away from iCloud just for that reason, because all of your information is online, and anything that's online is kind of permanent.
Yeah,
there's no way to actually get rid of that. Anything on your computer, on your phones, any of your tablets, devices, like that stuff, you might see it as deleted, but it's actually there forever. There's no actual way to delete that. So we're talking about how it can take away from our human character. It can take your information. It's almost like, yes, it's giving us a lot, but it's also taking away a lot in the end. So a big part of it is just kind of like, what do we do about that? Like, what is the main way to fight that?
I think what needs to happen is Congress really needs to get ahead of this and start creating more laws and regulations for AI.
Regulation.
Yeah, for example, because of Taylor Swift, since she's so popular, they made it a law where you can't use her image, and like, cause they would take like AI, they would use AI, take her image, and put her in these disgusting position, these disgusting things where they had to like do pornographic things, right? With using AI. And so I guess Congress got involved, so that you can't do that because it looks just like her, right? You can't really tell the difference.
Yeah.
So now they're starting to put rules and regulations and laws governing AI, and then I think that's the first step that needs to be done.
You gotta love virtual reality. So, hey guys, like, let us know in what ways has AI actually impacted you, positively or negatively? What do you think about it? Do you think it's something that can be good for us in the future, or do you think it's something that's gonna take away from us in the long run? You know, a lot of us have our own different opinions on this. It does do a lot of good, so we want to hear what you guys have to say. Like, leave us a comment of what you think about it, okay? Because it's not just what Rule and I are thinking. He and I tend to have a very similar viewpoint on this, but at the same time, we also have some differences of opinion. So we would love to hear yours, okay? So we hope this episode helped to gain some awareness of it, and we want to definitely continue with this because AI is not going away.
Not anytime soon.
It's only going to grow. So we're definitely going to try to bring this up again in the future, all right? So my name is Kem.
I'm Brew.
And this was another episode of In Your Prime. Stay in your prime, be in your prime, all right? We'll see you next time.